Hey everybody, it's Neil with the Dashly Gentleman. How's it going? With me, I have Frank. Say hi, Frank.
Hello.
And also OG Ryan. Say hi, OG Ryan.
What's up, everybody?
And tonight we're gonna talk about an album cover.
An album cover.
Anal bum cover.
Actually, we're just kind of gonna wing it. So
Wing it. The best kind.
Potpourri is what you're saying.
yeah, basically that's what we got on the wheel of morality.
Wait.
Ain't
I can't
nothing
be part of
moral
the
about
Wheel of
this
Morality. No, can't do it.
No,
I'm sorry. No, I can't be a part of any kind of Wheel of Morality.
because you got no morals.
I feel like I have ethics.
Work ethic.
I have ethics, but not necessarily morals.
So, okay, we want to talk a little bit about just streaming. I mean, we are streaming now, and we often stream when we're not doing podcasts.
The now that you are part of is presently being streamed.
If you didn't know.
Well, there's a slight delay, but I mean,
I know there's so much of a delay. I wanted to hear what song we were playing, but I couldn't hear it because I had to sit through fucking Dan Harmon's "Roll the Dice" D&D quest goddamn commercial that I don't give a fuck about.
See, I mean, not that I condone using Adblocker Plus or anything like that, but I mean, especially on our channel, you shouldn't use ad blockers.
yeah, don't block our ads.
I don't do it anyway. I don't do it because I believe in helping people pay for content. That's part of the ethics.
Oh yeah. So I guess you have the ethics, I have the morality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Though sometimes nary the two shall meet.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of balance each other out.
Yeah.
Art. See, I can't do that. I have to hold my mic.
Yeah, I know you do because you're basically, you're like budget.
I'm squatting in this house.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically broken.
Yeah. So,
But the bright side is that you can do karaoke better than I can now,
I mean, I always could.
and you can like lean into it, and be like so full. I can't do that. I just
We
can
need
like
to get you one of
so full.
We need to get Neil one of those like long, skinny presenter mics so he can like hold it up and ask a question and then point it towards the camera.
That would be amazing.
So I can be just that much more of a condescending prick. Love it. Let's do it.
I don't know. I mean, I think that much more is probably pretty strong. I mean, because I don't think it could really get that much more. But I understand what you're saying.
You underestimate my power.
That's true. That is true.
So okay. So what's been going on in the streaming world lately, guys? Like what's been the news? Tell me.
Well,
So I'll kind of start it off because I was the one that suggested the topic, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about was stream sniping and whether or not you guys think it's acceptable or okay. Because the reason this was brought about is because I was watching, and she's actually streaming right now, Alicia Wins. She's a popular Heroes of the Storm streamer,
Mhm.
if you're not familiar with her. And I was watching her stream, and somebody in chat basically revealed that they were on the enemy team against her, and they were stream sniping. And there is nothing in the rules about this, unless you're playing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, in which case they've actually banned people for even suspected stream sniping.
Wow.
And that caused a huge community backlash. But there's technically nothing illegal about this because you're putting that information out publicly. And if you don't want to, if you're trying to be a professional MOBA player or something on a stream, and you refuse to put in any sort of delay that's going to help your team, and you're putting all of your team's information out there publicly, you kind of don't have anyone to blame but yourself.
I agree with that. I mean, stream sniping, it sucks. But if you're very popular, it's gonna happen. Unfortunately. Especially if you're playing like a one-on-one game, like Hearthstone, for example. You want to know what they have in their hands, and they're basically saying, here's what I got. I mean, there's ways to get around it, but it kind of reduces the quality of the stream for everybody else. Like if you put like a little block so nobody can see your cards. They can only see what you're playing. It's helps, but I mean, people want to see your strategy, your thought process. So
yeah, and I mean, it is very underhanded behavior, but technically, there's nothing. There's nothing against the rules about it. Is just what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that goes back to the the difference between ethics and morality. There's nothing ethically wrong with it because like it's not against the rules. Should you do it because you're a douchebag for doing it? I mean, yeah, but I mean at the same time, like these people go in whenever you become like a big time streamer. Say like because I know that PewDiePie has a lot of problems with that too because like he plays player on Battlegrounds, so people fucking harass him whenever he's playing. And then like of other really popular player on Battlegrounds, people have because I guess they put car horns in the game. And so then like they'll just like run up behind him, go Furr! And then just like reveal him or run him over or whatever, and they're stream sniping and trying to get their 10 minutes of fame. Same thing with Here's the Storm. You put yourself out there, you expect that certain level of stream sniping. The thing is, like there is the option to have that happen where you can have the delay and make it so like you don't have to worry about it.
I thought it was pretty interesting because I was playing Hearthstone one time and somebody was just fucking rolling me, and one of the guys in the audience was like, "Do you think you're maybe being stream sniped?" I'm like, "No, I am not even close to being big enough for people to give a shit to stream snipe me." But to be quite honest, if I was, I kind of feel honored,
I mean, because I mean that's a certain level of notoriety that you've gotten to where you're like, oh my god, is someone stream sniping me? I mean, you almost don't even care at that point. You're almost like, you almost want it. I mean, like I would love that. I mean, it'd be like playing Heroes or whatever, and then some guy in the chat being like, LOL, that was an easy kill. I know I'm not good, so I mean that's great, but you're watching the stream, so that's fine. I mean, like I don't care.
I kind of equate stream sniping to like TMZ.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean,
like the fucking paparazzi.
The paparazzi of online gaming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If only they could blog about us,
They're like the streakers, That's what you do. We need to play more FIFA.
But yeah, I mean, and back to the whole Alicia wins thing. I mean, the reason that it kind of set me off is that she didn't like blow up on this guy or whatever, but she like pretty much called her audience to action to like shame this guy for doing it.
And that's stupid because that's her fault.
Yeah.
It's her fault, A, for playing it publicly, and B, it's her fault for having zero delay. So I mean, like if she's getting screwed over because she's made poor decisions, that's on her. I mean, because this guy's taking advantage of her being stupid. I mean, like a lot of times, like especially like as an avid Heroes of the Storm player, even if the other team fucking sees you, it doesn't make any difference. I mean, like if you're playing your team fights right, a lot of times it doesn't make any difference anyway. Yeah. I mean, you can still play very well. I mean, how many times have we played in the middle of a lane? Everyone can see fucking everyone, and we still steamroll the shit out of them anyway. So, I mean, if you're playing good, it doesn't matter if they know where you are or not.
Well, funny enough, actually, and this is exactly what happened during that stream, is that the Stream Snipers team ended up losing. And once again, Alicia Wins called everybody out to make fun of the guy, which at that point I'm fine with because that's funny.
Yeah,
right.
I'm with you.
I mean, it's like yeah, you're stream sniping, and I beat trust, but I mean, like there is a certain level of care that needs to be taken whenever you become like a certain size. It would be like if PewDiePie was like someone was stream sniping PewDiePie, and then he said, no, fuck that guy. You guys get him. That's like 60,000 people that are watching him concurrently at one point that go after a guy, and it's potentially, I mean, I'm not saying that they necessarily would or that they can, but there is a possibility of not only online harassment but like doxing and shit like that.
Sure.
I mean, they could potentially find out who it is. I mean, like, and to a lot of these children, he's like a god. So, word from him, no, fuck that guy. And they're unleashed. They're off the hook. I mean, Total Biscuit had that problem too, where he had a problem with a guy, and all he said on the stream was "no, fuck that guy," and then his entire audience went fucking ballistic, and they attacked him on Twitter, on Reddit. They were doxing him, and he's like, "Whoa, no, that's not what I meant. I mean, like, I don't like it personally, but Jesus Christ." So I mean, like, you have to be really careful. That's why, like, first and foremost, you have to remember it's video games. No matter how pissed off you get, you're playing a video game. You're not a doctor, and no one's gonna die.
It's just a game, Frank.
It's just a game. That's why, like, you know, if someone was stream sniping me, and like, if I kill them, I would literally be like, "Suck my dick," and then I would, you know, just laugh about it because, you know, I mean, it would be annoying if we were huge, but it would be annoying if we were huge and we were playing something like PlayerUnknown's Battleground, and we were like, you know, there was just like hordes of people like in the bushes, and they were just picking us off every fucking time we joined a game. But that would have to be, we would have to have like not really even, we'd have to be beyond PewDiePie levels at that point because there's so many fucking servers playing that game all at the same time.
Right.
Then, you know, it goes back to the, if you're big enough to be stream sniped, say thank you.
Say thank you and then increase your delay.
Thank you, increase the delay, or keep the delay, rage out on camera, and let people watch it because it's fucking funnier and shit to watch a grown-ass man have a fucking meltdown, and that becomes your shtick.
And make money.
Make money. I mean, because it's like, oh my god, I got stream sniped 15 times while I was playing PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds today. So then it's like, okay, well then how many, there's 60 people in a match. How many fucking matches did you play getting stream sniped? Because you're in it for 5 minutes, you get stream sniped. You play it for 5 minutes, you get stream sniped. So that's like, concurrently, there's so many people that would be watching to stream snipe you that, you know, fuck it, whatever, get stream sniped. Get mad about it. It doesn't matter. I mean, like, you know, you pretend to be mad. Like, the guy hit me with an RPG. It's bullshit. I was in a tree. There's no way he would have known. Motherfucker was watching you, dog. Put it all the way to the bank. You know? Fuck him. Whatever.
That's the thing, is like, get good.
Who really wins? You know, who really wins in this?
Get fucking good, scrub. Like, if you get good, stream sniping doesn't affect you. I mean, yeah, it gives them an edge. Yeah, okay. But if you're better, like by far, it just makes it more gratifying.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like a modern day third person of you being the dude in the 4-player GoldenEye that has tunnel vision, where like you can focus in the top corner of your screen and only your screen, and you're the only motherfucker in your entire group that isn't screen looking. You know, but you still win anyway.
Yeah,
that's what it reminds me of. Because I mean, you know, if you're like, if someone is stream sniping you and like you consistently win despite being stream sniped, I mean, you're doing a good job.
Master, man.
You are. You're an idiot for not having it play, but good for you.
How do you?
Meanwhile, if someone stream snipes us, we're like, oh man, thanks for the views. Can you just like click the follow button while you're here?
Tell your friends.
Follow us and then come back and stream snipe us again.
Hell yeah!
Stream snipe us. I mean, like, if you're stream sniping, I'm gonna play Zul'jin. I'm gonna drop a guillotine on you because it'll be funny.
So let's segue from stream sniping into. I know by me saying let's segue into something, it's a shitty segue, but let's go from there to intellectual properties.
Define intellectual properties in this context.
Well, primarily for YouTube. I mean, we're starting to actually go away from YouTube because of how stringent their policies are and how quickly they bow to the people with money. The way that they have their copyright infringement set up right now, their policy against it is, if any bot suspects that you have maybe infringed on copyright, you automatically get your video, like, monetization turns off, you might get it removed, but it's on a maybe. It's on a, hey, this machine determined that maybe you were infringing copyright, so fuck you. If you want it removed, or if you want to actually get your video on there and make some money off of it, prove it. Prove that you didn't infringe on copyright. So, how does that make you feel, Frank?
It doesn't really bother me too much, because so like if one of the videos gets flagged, not in the case of say like the Dark Tower because it never even got off the ground, But like if one of the videos gets flagged, then you do have that ability to petition to have it looked at.
Right.
And that can take, 7 to 10 days or whatever. And if we were fucking enormous, then that would mean something, because 7 to 10 days of lost footage, that many viewers being lost or whatever, that's like, 30, 40,000 people in 7 to 10 days that didn't watch the video. But in our case, it doesn't really make much difference, because like we are a small-time YouTuber channel. So then we have those videos and they get flagged, we petition, they go back up. So in that context, it doesn't really bother us too much, as long as we're actually not infringing on any material, which for the most part for the Let's Plays, and the exception of the Dark Tower video, because I did it stupid because I didn't realize how fucking watchdoggy Sony was. We haven't been affected by it yet, because for a lot of times for video games, because of the voiceover and because of the addition of the cam and the way that not everything moves in the same way, there's not enough footage there for it to grab it and be like, this is a protected IP. And for the most part, I mean, like we've seen it with the Guild of Dungeoneering guys, where they avidly support OG stream.
Yeah.
So I mean, like there's not that much blowback for video games. Now, like for like movies and shit, I mean, like there is, because it's very automated. But I think video games are still like there's too much going on. There's too much irregular movement to be able to pick it up, except for shit like you might be able to get it for specific songs, like OG's New Vegas got flagged for like the radio.
Me off. And I can rant about that if you want me to.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead. I mean, because that is aggravating, because that's a part of the game that it got picked up automatically, and that's awful.
And see, this is something that has happened to big YouTubers during podcasts as well. If you're familiar with, this happened with the Co-optional podcast. One of the episodes of the Co-optional with Total Biscuit. I think Jim Sterling was actually on that episode as well. Where they played 30 seconds of a trailer for the new Pokemon video game during a 3-hour podcast, and Nintendo got to claim all of the money and revenue and everything from the entire 3-hour video for 30 seconds of trailer footage. And that's essentially what happened in one of my Fallout New Vegas episodes, is there was 15 seconds of a Frank Sinatra song playing on a radio in a casino. And it got, the entire video is now claimed for, Universal Music Group or whoever the fuck owns Frank Sinatra at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that pisses me off. If less than 1% of my video has your copyrighted work in it, fine. You can have less than 1% of the revenue.
Right. Here, don't spend it all in one place, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing that bugs me the most. Like, not only is it that always favors the person that's accusing, or the corporation or whatever, but it's not just like, all right, give me a cut. It's like, give me everything.
Yeah, you get to claim the entire thing, and that's like there is zero oversight. And I think I guess like I kind of like look at it in the same way that Steam. How I dislike a lot of the way that Steam does their customer service, because a lot of that shit's automated too, and like they refuse to do like a lot of the curating for their games anymore. Right. Well, they did before. I don't know what it is now, because they got rid of Greenlight. But like there's like zero curation. They wanted everything to be done automated, and that's the same way that YouTube is, where it's like, are you telling me that fucking Google doesn't have enough money to hire interns or whatever to look at videos and be like, this video got flagged. Why did this video get flagged? Look at it. There was 15 seconds of a song in here, and then unflagged. No, because it was a 3 or 4 hour fucking stream that had 15-second song in it. And like if you look at it, like the part that's I think it identifies the section that tells you like this is what it is. So I mean, like if they look at it and go 15 seconds of a song, no, there should be like if it's a complete rip on somebody's work, then that's one thing. But the unfortunately, the gray area is that, well, not even only gray area, is that Let's Plays and streams are not actually covered under fair use whatsoever. So I mean, like the ball is entirely in their court, and that's one of the things that we're finding out with the Firewatch issue with PewDiePie, is that everything is in their court. So you're right, the guys with the money and the creative team that actually produced the game are the ones that have everything, and the proof of innocence lies on the accused, not the accuser.
Right.
So I mean, it's a very difficult situation to be in. It's a very difficult thing to manage, especially if you're trying to produce original material, granted based on someone else's work. And for the most part, game groups, game creators are on board. Again, thank you, we love you, engineering people. So you're making your own work with your commentary and whatever, but in all reality, you're actually using someone else's material completely.
Yeah, that's one of the problems with the whole fair use argument when it comes to Let's Plays, is that there essentially is no argument.
Mm-mm.
Let's Plays are, by their very nature, 100% copyright infringement. And
yeah, 100%.
This is why I prefer to play like indie games and stuff on stream, is because usually they're like very open and friendly about it. I mean, Devolver Digital, if you play any of their games, you can go onto their website and there's like an entire section of their website built to, can we stream your game? And it's just in big bold letters, yes. And then there's actually a form underneath where you can just type in your name and it will print you a fully legal document from Devolver Digital with your name on it that says that you are allowed to stream any of their games.
That's
awesome.
Cool.
They're like, we do not give a fuck if you want to stream our games. Please do.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I mean, the more traction they get, the more people that are going to look at them, the more people are going to want to buy them. I mean, right. I mean, how many times have we had, like, you play New Vegas, you play Dungeoneering. How many people have we had come into the streams whenever we play our games that we've been playing and go, well, I was on the fence about this game. I wasn't really sure. And then we sit there and we talk about it for a while. And then they're like, wow, I'll really probably check it out. The odds are those people probably did. Yeah, especially since like we tend to play games whenever like they're on sale or whatever, or there's new DLC coming out. Like whenever I was doing the playthroughs of Warhammer, I mean, like we had dozens of people coming in and saying they're going to check out the game now because it was on sale because Warhammer 2 is coming out. I mean, I can almost guarantee you that some of those people actually went and bought it. I mean, like, and tell the truth, shame the devil. I don't care if I'm glad whenever we have a good game that is good to its audience, it's good to its material, it's well put together, and one that I feel comfortable putting on a stream. I am so fucking happy if somebody decides to purchase it.
Yeah. I'm
not one of those guys that's like, I'm not one of the guys that sees somebody with like a fucking Thanos t-shirt and being like, I bet he doesn't even read the comic books. How dare he wear that?
Are you sure, Frank? I think you might do that.
I'm 100% positive of that. The only time that I get mad about shit like that is whenever I'm watching porn and like there's like some chick getting like 2 in the seat and she's wearing an Avengers t-shirt and I'm like,
pandering.
I'm like, I know what you're doing and I'm still gonna touch my dick, but my other hand is doing this. So
yeah, I've never bought the argument that, well, if somebody watches a game on stream or on a YouTube channel, they're not going to buy it because now there's no point. They've already seen the game. I don't buy it for a fucking second. Yeah, some people won't, but all in all, I think that all it does is allow consumers to make more informed choices.
Yeah,
right.
The people that were going to not buy the game because they saw it on stream weren't going to buy the game anyways.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Exactly. I mean, like, that's why, like, I love, I do the Let's Plays, but I do the Let's Plays of like linear story-driven games. But the open-ended, really long games, I like to do on stream because, you get to go through and do it step by step, and you get to see the entirety of the game, and it takes a lot more time. And it means I don't have to edit like fucking 6 hours of footage for like a 30-minute video of Warhammer because that shit takes fucking unbelievably long time.
Yeah.
But I actually lost my train of thought. God damn it! I had something. Fuck.
I'm sure it was very clever and insightful.
No, now who's pandering? Where's your Avengers t-shirt? Where's your Avengers t-shirt and the dicks in your butt? That's
pandering to the streamer.
Well, I don't have the Avengers t-shirt.
But there are definitely
but stuff.
Damn it.
Well, okay, so, I mean, and it really, yeah, you're absolutely right. It really depends on, which publisher is more, Nazi Germany than the rest.
Nintendo.
Nintendo, yes. And Nintendo doesn't even have their shit together. I mean, I did a 4-part Let's Play of Super Metroid. Episode 1 got flagged. 2 through 4 did not. Like, come on.
I mean, have you even seen Reggie? Of course Nintendo doesn't have their shit together. You see one fucking thing with that dude on the doing a little stand up, and of course they don't got their shit together. The man's a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Their company is run by children.
Nintendo doesn't have their shit together. That's why I got up at 5 o'clock this morning to go down to the store and get a SNES Classic.
SNES. That's another thing too.
Will not do that.
is they don't ever have their shit. Like, is it on purpose? Do we know?
It is. It's 100% intentional. Yeah, they do the same thing with Amiibos. They look at the demographic and they say, okay, this many people wanted. I think there was like a special edition Samus. They're like, because the other Samus sold out this much, so they have it within reasonability that like this particular Samus is going to sell 50,000. Let's just say 50,000 units. So they say, okay, so in order to drive the market for this and make them really fucking expensive on the resale, we're going to sell 5,000. Even though we know 50,000 are going to sell. So that makes it so that those individual units are that much more expensive on the resale market, which makes Nintendo that much more important.
But they don't see any money from the resale market.
Well, what they're doing is they create artificial scarcity to create artificial demand for their products is what they do.
Right.
But the demand is totally there.
Yeah. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, like, look, this is Jim Sterling calls it you can completely Nintendo something, which is to say take something that would be like a great business decision and just totally fuck it to death and just screw it completely up. I mean, because, again, if you're selling, this is the thing that blows my mind. So, there's a demand for 50,000 of these Samus units. So you only make 5,000, but the 5,000 that you're going to make still sell for $13.99. So it's like, what are you doing? So then the 5,000 people buy the $13.99 Samus unit, turn around and sell it for $600 a unit. That person just made fucking $587. You made $13.99. Good job, Nintendo.
Yeah, like it makes
fucking for real.
It makes zero sense. It's kind of like the whole Ticketmaster StubHub bullshit. Like, okay, there's a finite amount of seats at a concert. You have your fucking bots buy up all that shit and resell it.
Right.
Like, I mean, that is a legit problem because, yeah, you can't just artificially make more seats at a venue. Nintendo. Well, you can.
I sit on someone's lap.
Yeah, put me on your shoulders, dude. But you can't. They can make as much as they fucking want, and they just don't.
Yeah, I mean, and it's insane. I mean, that goes with the, so Ryan said he had there's 49.
Yeah, the Target that I went to this morning had a total of 49 systems.
I mean, and he lives in a major metropolitan area. So I mean, like, this isn't like a small fucking, store that he went to, this small Target. This is a Target that easily covers the needs of what you'd say 500 to 600,000 people, easy.
Yeah, probably close to that.
So 49 fucking units for 500 to 600,000 demographic. Fucking really? And for some reason Nintendo says that they are incapable of producing those units. You're fucking Nintendo. This thing's basically a goddamn USB drive. I mean, you're not doing anything.
This is the same bullshit that they pulled with the NES Classic. Although that was even worse. But their biggest argument was, we don't have the money to keep producing these. They don't cost you a fucking dime. The hardware that's in that thing probably costs you less than $1. Are you kidding me?
It's fucking like it's non-existent because the technology to run. I mean, think about what they're designing. They're designing something. How many games does it have? 30, maybe
50. Yeah, something like that.
50. Okay, so 30 to 50 games. Let's talk about the actual technology to hold that. How much space do you think it requires to fucking hold 50 Super Nintendo games?
512 megabytes on the high end.
Yeah. So
So
I mean,
an SD card from 2003.
I mean, like, you could literally run that off of like if I went and I got like, you know, my grandparents' camera, I could pop out the memory stick and probably load in 4 of the fucking SNES classics, and probably still run fine. So it's like, you know, we don't have the money. Fuck you. How do you not have the money to make it? First, you're Nintendo. 2, it costs virtually nothing. I mean, let's be real. It costs virtually nothing. It probably costs more to mold the fucking plastic
Yeah.
than anything else.
Absolutely.
And the only reason why they're even able to sell these things is because they completely screwed the pooch on the fucking the retro market on their bigger consoles that they've come out with now, because they completely fucked that up. Every month you get one SNES or NES game on loan.
Yeah, their virtual shops are shit.
Has it gone down the deep end? It was all right on the Wii. I haven't really paid attention since then.
No, so whenever they came out with I think it was on the Wii U that they started doing the virtual garbage. But like you basically have to pay to be online, just like you do with like the PlayStation Store, like PlayStation Now.
Okay.
But PlayStation Now, they run deals, so you're part of PlayStation Now. Okay, so then you get like 40-50% off of a title, not just a title, but like a whole bunch of titles, like movies and all that kind of shit. I mean, like you get big bonuses for that. But they also run, you know, this game, or like this series of games, like there's like 6 or 7 per month are free, and you download them and they are yours forever. You get to keep them. So I mean, that's part of paying for PlayStation Now. But then Nintendo said, okay, we're going to make it required that you have to be online. Okay, so it's gonna be like PlayStation Now. Well, I mean, be like PlayStation Now, I mean that you're gonna be online, then yeah, or that it's required to be online, then yeah, it is. Okay, well, what are the benefits? Well, you get to be online with your favorite Nintendo games from 25 fucking years ago, and we are going to give you one of the regular Nintendo games per month to play that month, and then I get to keep it. No, it goes back into away. Then you get another one the next month, and then each individual game is going to cost you around $15 to $16. Will there be discounts? No. You pay fucking full price for everything. You're gonna pay $16 fucking for fucking Zelda, the first one.
And the worst part about that is
a cool fucking gold cartridge. It's just a shit game.
The worst part about that is this: the SNES Classic actually does cost a tiny little bit to produce. It costs literally nothing to offer something online.
They could literally have made the Wii U purchase totally worth it by being like, here is 150, just not even the whole catalog. Here's 150 Nintendo titles that you have for free, because you know what? Fucking you're awesome for buying a Wii U. It's a piece of shit. We know that. We know it is. We produced it. It's awful. I mean, thank God you bought it, because otherwise we'd be fucked. So then, you know, here's this thing. Here's 150 games. Just, I mean, like, can we fluff your boner? I mean, I'm not. I mean, I just want to touch your dick just to make this sale happen. And they could have done that, but they didn't, and they didn't do anything. Not only that, but it's like they spit in your face. Like, okay, you bought that with the idea that you're going to be able to play like some older Nintendo games and actually like enjoy, you know, your retro console gaming experience legally. Well, fuck you.
That's so funny too, because like, okay, so Nintendo. Ever since, I don't know, Nintendo 64, I've considered my Nintendo console, the newest iteration of it at the time, the Super Smash Bros. Machine. They'll make one, maybe 5 really good games, and the rest are complete dog shit.
Just total shovelware. From fucking shovelware in, shovelware out. I mean, it is unbelievable. Like I've said it for years. I'm like, I wish Nintendo would fucking take some of their normal IPs and they would give them to third parties that actually give a shit, because everything that Nintendo makes is just fucking horrible, and it's painful to watch. Where you're like, I'm like, oh, they're gonna make another Mario game. That's weird. Why is he cleaning? That's weird. Why does he have a jet water pack Oh, do Luigi game. That's cool. Spooks. I like Spooks. That's cool. Luigi gets his own game. Why is he cleaning too? I'm so confused.
See, and that's the thing. I really want Nintendo to go the way of Sega. Sega went the way that they should have gone.
A publisher and a cunt publisher.
Yeah, they became a publisher, and they gave to basically Nintendo and a little bit to Microsoft, and that's okay.
Well, they made back-to-back games that were fucking horrible. I mean, the systems were awful. The fucking games were terrible. They pushed the limit. That's, God bless them. Sega pushed the limit. They're like, we want to go. Not. I mean, they didn't just push the limit technologically. They pushed the limit fucking vertically. I mean, like, here you got your Sega. That's like this fucking thick. And then we want you. Not only do we want you to put stuff on top, we want you to put something on top that you put stuff on top of. You plug that fucking thing in, and you plug something else at the fucking there, and then you plug something in the fucking front, and then you play your game. And it looks like you're building a goddamn robot. And it looks awful. The game looks awful. The system looks awful. You don't even know what's happening anymore. It's just like some fucking like freaky deaky robot that you wish that you could put it down.
And the best part about that was every single thing that you stacked on top of the Sega required its own power plug. Oh,
yeah.
Yes, like the back of it, like it looked like. I mean, it looked like a bunch of people from the fucking Matrix, because like everything had like a cord coming out of the back. I remember like having it all set up, and I'm like, am I gonna set my house on fire?
No, you gotta go fucking hide in the bushes and ambush your mailman so you can get that fucking electric bill before your mom sees it.
It was literally the only time I've ever been like, am I gonna have to have a dedicated surge protector just for my Sega? What the fuck? I mean, like that's the point where I was like, I think Sega and I are breaking up.
Well, they made after the Sega Genesis, the whole shit show they made with the 32X and Sega CD and all that shit was garbage. But then they made the Dreamcast. Dreamcast was fucking sweet.
It
Best
was
console ever made, in my opinion.
I loved the Dreamcast. I loved everything about the Dreamcast. The games that they made, it was weird because it was so way past its time.
Yeah.
Just like graphically, how smooth it ran. Everything about the game, everything about the system was so fucking advanced. And you're like, I have a Dreamcast, and then, or you're like, I have a Nintendo 64, and you're like, oh, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like they're blocky. That's weird. But I mean, then like you got on the Dreamcast, and you're like, it's so beautiful, and Dreamcast was the first time I got exposed to digital booty. So and it had. Fuck no, dude! It was fucking Soul Calibur, Ivy.
Yeah.
I just had enough booty to quench my thirst. And then I played Cervantes, and I literally could not. Never mind. That's a podcast for another day.
Shut up, Frank.
I know I could go on about that game forever. Dude, we've played that game for fucking hours and hours.
I don't want to hear about your goddamn Cervantes plays anymore.
It's like if I said,
yeah, and then I sidestep you and you spiral dash off the fucking edge of the map.
And then I want to throw the controller out the window. Then I realize how expensive it is, and I put it down gently.
See, the problem with the Dreamcast is, I mean, it was a fantastic machine. I didn't care for the controllers, but that's just me. They already lost the faith of all the fucking game makers. I mean, they had Capcom. But Capcom was already delving in other things like PlayStation and a little bit of N64 when they went with Mega Man Legends, which was
well, most Mega Man games after X were pretty terrible.
Yeah, I think X3 was probably the last one I played that was decent. But they also had Street Fighter 3 Third Strike on there, which is, in my opinion, the best Street Fighter game ever made. But I mean, the system was super expensive. What was it, like $600?
Yeah,
it was pricey. I do recall that.
And it had like 30 games a year into it. Like they had potential, but they just blew it.
Well, I mean, like you had Giants coming out at the same time. I mean, like it was the lineup for PlayStation PlayStation 1 doomed the Dreamcast. Because I mean, like that was the same year that fucking Silent Hill, Resident Evil, oh fuck, I'm drawing a blank now. Final Fantasy VII. I mean, some of the biggest powerhouse hitters in video game history were seeing their first iterations. Shit that had never been done before. Metal Gear Solid came out same year, and it was PlayStation exclusive. So I mean, like, yeah, Grand Theft Auto. I mean, like, these were things that just like the Dreamcast was trying to make its own IPs. It couldn't compete. So I mean, like, you had Phantasy Star, which was a great game. You had Skies of Arcadia, which was just a great game, but the system was so fucking expensive. It ran well, it functioned well, it looked good, the color palette was wonderful. The games they had were good, but the games were expensive, the system was expensive. There's almost no demographic or something like that. But then you had the PlayStation, which was very approachable. It wasn't as graphically intense, but it had such a wide variety of titles. Not just number of titles, but variety. So like you had like your horror and your action and your shooters, and it covered all of them. Yeah. And it didn't really seem like the Dreamcast was really able to get that market because it just didn't have enough people buy into it.
Yeah. And then just when the Sega Dreamcast started really hitting its stride, PlayStation 2 and Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a DVD drive.
You can watch movies, watch your porno, you can watch your good wholesome entertainment. Definitely not pornographic material.
Yeah, once Xbox came out and PS2 came out, pretty much everything else just disappeared. I mean, what, the GameCube was out about that time, but really,
yeah, the GameCube was so fucking good.
It was a great system, but it really only had like 4 good games.
Right, but it was cheap as shit.
Yeah,
I mean, like, it was really cheap, and they had it had good niche titles, which isn't really enough to sell a system, but it had good niche titles.
That's Nintendo for you.
Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, like, it's even today, fucking Nintendo pulls out like one good game, and you're like, oh, I'm not spending $400 fucking on a system for the most recent Zelda game.
Right.
Fuck you. Why would I do that? But at least the GameCube was like, this wasn't like $120, $130. It really wasn't that expensive.
It was about 200. Yeah.
Was it? I can't remember.
I think it was 200.
But then you had all the Metroid Primes, and then you had Smash came out on that. Had Fire Emblem titles came out on it. See, this is the thing that sucks about like doing a off the cuff. I can't think of anything else. Those are the ones that remember.
They didn't really have that great of a Zelda game on there. I think, what did they have? Wind Waker? Oh no, they had the Four Swords.
Four Swords was
they had Twilight Princess as well.
Oh, that came out very late, but that was when the Wii came out at the same time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, because we ended up buying one for the Wii and for the GameCube because Tara says, I fucking hate how this game plays on the Wii. And so we ended up buying it on the GameCube. Because she's like, I just want to play the fucking game. I don't want it to be an exercise thing. The Wii killed me. The Wii made me just never want to buy a fucking other Nintendo product ever.
I really like the Wii.
I think right around the GameCube era is when Nintendo started its slow decline, because I think the GameCube was the first system where they really opened up to just anybody who wanted to make a fucking game on their system.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what the game was, how shitty it was, who you were. You want to make a Nintendo game? Sure, we'll put it on our system. And then the Wii, oh my god, the shovelware on the Wii.
It was insane. And the fact that they tried to sell every fucking game at full price. Like, oh, you wanna throw a fucking frisbee in Mario Land? $60 goddamn dollars. Nope. Suck my dick. I'll go outside and throw a frisbee that cost me 99 cents, and I will get sweat on my balls for it. Thank you.
Fucking Zelda archery contest.
Yeah. You want to play 6 mini carnival games made by a team of like 3 people? $39.99. Sure. Fucking
yeah. It's like
out.
No.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Like I liked the idea of a lot of the shit about the Wii because, like, being such a physical system, they had like a lot of real potential. But I think that at that point, Nintendo was starting to really kind of like go into the innovation over quality, And there is a point where your core group that is actually going to be buying your games goes, what are you doing? You know, why can't you just make a Metroid game that I want to sit down and play? Then you have like Other M came out, and I really wanted to like it. I really did, but the story was terrible. I mean, the story aside, the game ran very well up until the part where you actually had to use the Wii nunchuck like a remote, and you had to aim at the screen, and you had to use that in like this precision mode. It was so fucking jarring to go from the third person where it was fast and fluid, and then you went to first person and it would immediately drop 30 frames. Like immediately. And it would be blurry, and then but like you don't, because whenever you're in the boss, like, you know, the boss is here and you're here and you're jumping all around the boss, but then you need to go to first person. When you go to first person, that boss is like this fucking big right in front of you. And you're like, oh God, what am I aiming at? I mean, you know, you don't even know what to look for anymore. And when you went into first person mode, it rooted you in place. And sometimes, you know, like if I'm like, sometimes, I don't know, because I'm like 10 on the inside. When I play, sometimes I kind of like, you know, like, get the fuck over there. And like, it would register that, you know, the controller's standing up. So then it'll put you in first person mode. So I'm trying to jump, not because we in first person mode. And then I just throw the fucking thing at the screen, and I had to buy a new goddamn TV, and I swear a bunch, and I may or may not have broken my Wii. I hated it. It's
in a better place now.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Hopefully in a landfill.
I mean, to be honest, I really like the Wii, but only for certain games. And I think my favorite game on the Wii is the fucking demo that it came with. Like, the Wii Sports.
Wii so Sports. Good. They were so good. I mean, that was like, when I played Wii Sports, I was like, this is the end. Because I can tell this console was made for this.
Yeah.
We'll never go past this. There will never be any innovation and that will be able to supersede this demo reel.
Right.
And it didn't. I bought Call of Duty for the Wii. This was easily the funniest fucking game I have ever seen a human being play in my life. If you have ever seen a grown man reduced to a pile of sweat, swearing, and tears, you have not seen it in the context I have in a video game with digital Germans. And Neil, when I tell you, I thought I was going to have a straight-up heart attack from laughing. I'm not even kidding. So, I'm not going to say his name. Friend X was playing. He saw me playing it. You kind of have to, like, you know, you pew, 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 and you pew, 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 and then you use the nunchuck to move around, but you gotta like, and then whenever they get up to you, you know, you have to turn the nunchuck to the side, or the stick to the side, and you, and you bayonet. Mm-hmm. Okay, or no, you club them, you fight them, you know, into the trenches. So I'm pop, pop, pop. I mean, they're slow as shit. I mean, because like this is like all new tech. You're playing the thing, and your guy's like moving the gun, fucking like a drunk, like I'm gonna shoot you, Jerry, and so my friend says, you know, I want to give it a try. I'm like, okay. You don't. It's really, it's not really sensitive. You have to kind of move slow for it to pick up. Oh, no, I'll get it. I'll get it. All right. I mean, I'm not stupid. All right. Whatever. So, in some parts, the Germans will jump you, and you got to fight them off. You know, I mean, like, and they're trying to strangle you with the fucking gun. And you gotta do the thing to get them up. But, you know, like I said, you can't, like, you gotta, like, kind of rhythm it. Yeah. You know, it's like the rhythm method. You just got, and then you push them off you. I cannot tell this man this. He gets so fucking hyperactive. Jerry comes out of the tree, jumps him, grabs onto his gun. The Wii can't pick it up. So, like, Jerry's just, like, pushing down on him. He's like, and I'm fucking like, you have got to slow the fuck down. I'm like, it can't pick it up. Just, dude, like you're boxing a child. You know, I mean, just be gentle with it. And like, you know, okay, I'll get it the next time. It comes out, I'm like, okay, now remember, just rhythm, just get through it. You know, it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not fucking hard. This game is so fucking easy. Relax. The dude's swearing and crying and cussing and fucking sweating his balls off. I mean, I'm sitting in my chair. I mean, you might as well put crime scene tape around me because I can't breathe anymore. I'm purple in the face because I have never seen a human being react this way in my life. It was a full fucking body workout. This asshole drank 4 fucking bottles of water trying to do this one scene. And I literally took it when he was so tired, he couldn't physically stand anymore. My man hands me the controls, and I said, all right, I will get you past this part. I won. Anyway, I don't know. I thought Jerry, like, no, stop. No, don't. No, stop. I can't. And then I won, and I killed him. I shot that motherfucker in the head. And then I proceeded to wipe out his friends. And I'm like, do you understand whenever I say that you don't just go full force? This is a video game. It's a new video game. It's not going to pick up the shit that you're doing. You're insane.
Calm yourself.
I'm like, dude, you almost died. Oh. Psh. End of story. Funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, one of the games I was so fucking hyped for when it came to the Wii was Star Wars Force Unleashed. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna have an actual lightsaber. Whoa! And it was just like fucking. It's just like Twilight Princess. Doesn't matter which way you swing, they do the same animation.
You're like, because like, I mean, you get it, and you want to be like, stand there, fuck yeah, and you want to have the full. No, you're like, I'm gonna go high, and it just goes, and you're like, what? You're like, I'm gonna and then he just goes, what?
Yeah, basically.
What? No! My ruined Star Wars experience. Dude, when I saw that they're coming out with that game on the Wii, I was like, yeah, but how though? Because this system cannot handle the physics that are going to be involved in it. I'm like, so why even bother? And then I saw that and I was like,
It was that one. It was that one and Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
I played. You're talking about, since we're talking about fighting games and we're talking about anime fighting games, I played the Bleach fighting game on the Wii. It was a shit show from start to finish. Probably one of the funniest games my wife has ever watched me play, because I was playing as Ichigo, and every time he gets hit, he says "damn it."
Yeah.
And so, I mean, when I played it, you flick the thing to attack. So, spoilers, due to long years of being alone and a teenage boy, my wrists are pretty fucking fast. So you just take the thing, and I would decimate everything. I mean, like my light attacks, like you couldn't block so much. So it was like, and then dead. Everybody. I walked through the whole game with one hand, just doing this. I destroyed the whole goddamn game, and so then I just fuck it, just leave it alone. So then I played it, and I let Ichigo hit. Damn it! And I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. That's weird that's reactive like that. Then I get caught into a combo. Damn it. I'm like, really? This motherfucker's gonna say damn it every time he gets hit? At what point do you stop being surprised? You know?
Never.
There's the program that goes, he's been hit 6 times, he's probably got it. You know? Damn it, and then every subsequent combo after that should be dead silent. But no. He just screams damn it, fucking from start to finish. And so like, my wife wanted to play a 2-player, I had to play Ichigo, and she had to sit there and beat the shit out of me for almost a straight hour. Just laughing. Damn cool!
Remix.
Yeah. Damn it.
Man, we just took a giant shit on Nintendo.
That's okay. Fuck 'em.
But they had it coming.
Yeah. Look, but because I'm going to be streaming Warhammer, Sega, I love you.
I got nothing but love for Sega. I really do.
Flawless, beautiful company.
However, they have put out some really shitty Sonic games.
Okay, well, yeah. I think everybody knows that, though.
I mean, I think I won't say that, but the best Sonic game in the last, 2 decades was Sonic Adventure 2. The
new Sonic Mania.
Yeah, I would say like the new one's fantastic.
I'm looking at that.
Almost entirely fan made.
Really?
Yep. Basically, what happened is fans, like big fans of the series, basically contacted Sega and they were like, "Look, this is what we're doing," and Sega pretty much said, "All right, let's do this shit."
Here's my problem. Here's my problem with that because this goes to, I was talking about Warhammer. I am going to talk about Sega a little bit, I guess, in a negative way. Creative Assembly and Sega do the Total War games, and I'm really into Total War games. But the thing that I dislike about it the most is that they lean so heavily on the mod community. They don't even finish their game. They put the game together, and it seems like if you play it in its vanilla state, it's like a cobbled together, confused Frankenstein. So then they depend on their mod community to basically flesh out the game and then to polish it and then to make it better. That's not. I shouldn't have to pay $60 for an incomplete title that a group of people are going to have to make better.
Right.
So what you're saying is they're Bethesda?
Right. Yeah. I mean, Bethesda is guilty of the exact same shit. I mean, like they produce, okay, so New Vegas comes out, and New Vegas on launch is just utter dog shit. I mean, it runs like shit. It looked like shit. There's buggy as fuck. I mean, I played the game. I played the game for 20 minutes. I literally walked out of town, fell through the earth, and deleted my save file. I was like, cool. I just spent fucking 45 minutes making this goddamn character, checking this town out. I lost all that. Fuck this game. Fuck this game to death. And it's the same. The same shit happened in Skyrim. Everything was buggy as fuck. Fallout 4, Fallout 3. I mean, all that shit comes out. They make a new world game. It's buggy as hell. The community has to make it better. So it's sad that in order to make a fucking good Sonic game, the players had to make a goddamn Sonic game, and then Sega gets to make fucking money on it.
Thanks, guys.
That's insane to me. That'd be like if I built a house. And Neil, all I needed you to do was just stamp it. Just be like, this is definitely a house. And then you sold the fucking house!
Thanks, dude.
I mean, what the fuck is that? I mean, that's insane. I mean, then you have, granted, the Total War community doesn't get money for it. They don't get paid mods. They're not Bethesda. So they don't get paid for it, but they do take donations, which is great. If you like the mods, Radius mods, you should donate because it's great. They do fantastic work. But it's stupid that Sega produces a product that is noticeably broken and then basically requires the mod community to fix it before it's even fucking playable. For reals, though? Soapbox down.
No,
Until the next one.
You got a very good point there. I mean, that's worse than just planning to put out DLC to fuck everybody. That's like, they'll fucking... They like it. They're gonna want to finish this game. So
know that Sonic Mania was made by fans. That fucking makes me so angry.
Okay, well let me rectify that a bit because it wasn't like they didn't make the game and then take it to Sega and Sega sold it.
Okay.
Basically, what happened is this group of fans came together with a little bit of concept art, a general idea about the game, and just showed their passion to Sega. And Sega was like, "Okay, let's get you guys a team and a studio and a place to do all this."
They just hired them, basically.
Yeah, basically, Sega hired fans to create Sonic.
So that's okay. I mean, it sounded like, hey, that'd be like, okay, so you have a mod, if Radius mods be like, we're gonna take this and we're gonna make Empire Total War, but we're gonna make a Civil War game. We're gonna make a mod of it, and the Creative Assembly's like, oh, thanks. Ultimate General, and then Creative Assembly makes the money. Whoa, no. I mean, oh fuck, oh that turned my fucking butter.
See, and that works. I mean, That goes in very well with the fucking thing we were talking about before, the intellectual properties. Like, you have the framework already laid out for you. It's a solid game. Solid is used loosely. And then you're like, hey, you know what? I got a great idea using this engine and these characters. Let me see what I can do. And they put something amazing together. And then a big fucking company's just like, thanks, dude.
I would like to make that money for myself, in fact.
I'm gonna take that from you, and I'm gonna not even say thank you. I'm just gonna take it from you and make a shit ton of money. Fucking say something. What? Oh, here, talk to my lawyer.
I put a straw in here, all the way over here, and then I drank your milkshake.
Jared and I were just talking about that scene the other day and reenacting it. I fucking love that scene.
I love that movie.
It's so good.
I have a straw. See, there it is. My straw reaches across the room and starts to drink your milkshake. I drink your milkshake.
I'm like, it's funny too because, that's podcast from the other day.
Yeah.
It's a podcast from that. We could talk about mineral rights. I'm sure it'd be fucking riveting.
Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Yeah.
Guys, pull up a chair.
Stay a while and listen. I'll give you a right-away lesson that you don't want or need.
I think we covered the topics that we were setting out to do in a single podcast, or actually split podcasts. It made one pretty solid podcast so far. I think, not trying to toot our own horn here, but you like us, you love us, you want to tell your friends.
What I know, I want to tell my friends.
You're talking to them, dude. Tell me how much you love me.
I love Ryan's mustache, and I wish that you had one.
Look, we gotta go. I gotta go.
Because then there could be 3 people that have mustaches on this podcast.
It was a good podcast.
It was an excellent podcast. Shut up. What do we? I feel like we should talk about what we're playing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with Ryan. Go.
I'm playing Super Mario RPG again.
Yeah.
SNES Classic. By the way, if you do get a SNES Classic, I highly recommend in the display settings when you're on the main screen, turn on the CRT mode. Because if you don't, old SNES games look jagged as fuck on an HD TV. Yeah. Like those pixels were not meant to be that square.
What is this blocky piece of shit I am looking at?
Yeah, turn on the CRT mode.
I really want to stream Super Mario RPG, or have one of us stream it. So
I vote Neil. I didn't like it, so
it's probably one of the best games ever made. So
I disagree.
Well,
Frank hates every RPG. Fuck him.
No, actually, I like a lot of RPGs, but I find that when I played Final Fantasy VII and I had to sit on a fucking island for 2 days and just literally run around in a circle and just keep killing shit until I was a high enough level to feel like I actually could have a chance of beating Emerald Weapon, I spent a lot of time going, what am I doing with my life again?
That shit was optional.
I know, but I needed to do it, Neil. I needed it. So, I mean, that's why, because I look at a Final Fantasy game and I'm like, I bet this is going to take fucking forever. And then, 14 comes out, or 13 or whatever, and the tutorial is 36 hours long. Puts back on shelf.
Yeah, no, that's too much.
I'm good. I mean, that's too much. It's too much to learn.
See, honestly,
I would love to see Frank try to play a Disgaea game.
What
do you mean level 9,999 is only the beginning?
I get so fucking irritated. I mean, look, my wife is playing Atelier right now. She's playing another Atelier game, and I mean, it is an RPG. God bless it. It is an RPG, and I love that they still make them because I think that they're cute, and they're fantastic, and they're adorable. I don't understand the fucking appeal because I hate crafting normally, but this is a game predicated entirely on fucking crafting. Like, that's all you do. You craft fucking everything. Like, every quest is crafting quest, and it's not even like EverQuest 2 crafting, where like you have a thing and you actually actively make something. You make like the rivets, and then you get that to 100% quality, and then you make the handle, and then you put it all together, and you get one bangerang fucking sword that you actually use. You don't even do that. You just make like bread, and then you give it away, and I don't fucking know why. There's no reason for it. There's no story. It's just stuff. I mean, it's basically like a game where you are running a consignment shop.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I mean, like, my wife plays it fucking obsessively, and she's playing Atelier Sophie right now. Apparently they go in order. I guess there's a story. And I'm just not hip. You know, I don't get what the fucking kids are smoking in Atelier these days. And I don't care to. All I know is that there's a ghost with huge tits, and she lives in every fucking game. And I just boobs, and that's all I care about. That's it. I'm done after that.
Also, if you guys didn't see, I finished up my Fallout New Vegas playthrough.
Woo. How did it end?
For this time.
Always true to Kaiser. That's how it ended. Oh, you should see how it ended with General Oliver.
That was fucking funny. I was dying.
My sides.
Yeah.
Into orbit.
I have to check it out because that's a really tough fight.
I lost it. You need to see the fight against General Oliver. I lose it on stream.
I was actually, because I was sick whenever you finished it, so I was actually sitting at my house, and my my kids came in and they ended up watching because Daddy was laughing unbelievably hard. They came in from the other room.
Yeah, check that ending out because it's worth it. But yeah, I finished my Fallout New Vegas playthrough, and if you guys follow us on Twitter, we are running a poll right now on what I'm going to be playing next. It's going to be between Divinity Original Sin 2 or the new XCOM 2 expansion, War of the Chosen. So let us know what you want me to play. I think Divinity is winning right now.
Correct. Divinity is presently winning.
Yeah, and it should win because
Wow.
not that I have any
Wow.
Any real opinion on the games, but it is currently like top 5 on Twitch right now.
Yeah, it is hugely popular.
And I mean, all I saw were the videos. I'm probably gonna buy it pretty soon, but it looks so good. It really does, and that's my jam. Is turn-based strategy. Love it.
It's weird that I dislike turn-based strategy, except I like XCOM. I don't know why. I mean, I know why I like XCOM, but I mean, like, I see I hate 4X strategy games like Civ, and I despise turn-based strategy games, just generally speaking. The Dwarves game looks amazing, and I wanted to buy it, but then it was a turn-based strategy game. Because I read the books, and they were really good, and I was like, oh, you get to follow the book, and then I was like, oh, it's turn-based. Oh, just click that off.
I think my single most favorite turn-based strategy is Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
Yeah,
I hear that. I hear that a lot.
Yeah, it's better than the original by a lot because I could not get through the first 2 missions in fucking Final Fantasy Tactics. It was so boring and difficult. But I just hated the fact that you couldn't throw a rock from here to there if you had a buddy in the way. I mean, it's realistic, sure, but you're going to hit your buddy in the head.
You just got to arc it.
There was no arcing option, Frank. You hit your friend in the head.
You go through the skull to the enemy on the other side.
Or if you cast like an area of effect thing like, oh, I want to cast, Fire 2 on this group of people. Oh, shit, my guy was in there too. He's dead now. Shit.
I had a problem with games like that just because like I like to do a lot of strategy, and I would set up. Look, this is stupid because I get like overly like finicky about shit, but like I'd set them up in like these like good like plebeian battle formations, and then like the guys would come in and they would just have more HP and they would just like walk through them, and I'm like, that doesn't fucking work like that. I'm like, just turn it off. I'm just getting mad now. My wife is obsessed with Fire Emblem. She's the kind of person that she legit turns the game off if somebody dies.
Is it one of those things where they die forever? You can't get them back.
Yeah. Yeah. She will. If there's a permadeath game, fuck it, forget it. I mean, like, remember I said she plays Darkest Dungeon a lot? Guess who replays Darkest Dungeon a lot? Somebody dies and she just turns this fucking. She's alt F4s and then starts it back up again.
That's like Suikoden. I can't. I love Suikoden, but I'm the same way. Somebody died. All right, load save state.
Tara would hate Trillion then.
That sounds
get to know all these cute anime waifus and then watch them all die.
See, I love that. I love the idea of that. I mean, like, the only thing that'd make it better is be like, click and hold here to hold hand while expiring. Yes. This is so my jam.
Press F to pay respects.
Press F to put pillow over face.
All right, so what games are you playing, Frank?
I'm playing Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. Playing EverQuest.
Like the original EverQuest?
The original EverQuest.
I'm doing that too.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna probably be doing some EverQuesty things. I need to get the fuck out of this new zone. I need to get back to my roots. I know it's stupid. I shouldn't leave it, but I want to, because like I don't feel comfortable where I'm at, because I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't know what any of this shit is. I don't care. But then as soon as I left and I went to Freeport, I was like, oh my god, my family. So it was like going home, and a lot of stuff's changed. I feel like the game needs, like, I don't know why they've decided to keep the same graphics for the last 15 years, but they should consider. The technology exists. Feel free to up that. I will say, though, if you go back to playing it, don't put the game on Ultra until like you go and you make sure the shadows are turned off. Because, spoilers, EverQuest didn't originally have shadows. And then all of a sudden, if you try to force the game to have shadows, the system will run at 5 frames per second, regardless of your rig. I have a substantial machine, and it runs at 5 fucking frames a second in a little tiny window. Because it's trying to make fluid shadows for every fucking object from every light source across the entire zone at the same time. So it will shut your shit down.
Fucking make your lights dim.
Yeah, I mean, it literally just like your whole machine. Like I heard my machine go. Like, that's never happened before. Like, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, like I'm playing some of these like really like high graphic fidelity games at 90 plus FPS. EverQuest is making my machine chug. I refuse to fucking believe a 20-year-old game is making my machine chug. And I turned the shadows off and went up to like 300 plus frames a second. I was like, okay, cool, as the Lord intended. So apparently that was the issue. I'm going to be playing Warhammer 2. Haven't started playing it yet. And as usual, I'm playing Heroes of the Storm entirely too much. Later this month, though, I believe that we're going to be playing Destiny.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Coming out on PC, stupidly late. Fuck you, Microsoft. What's wrong with you? The one group of people that would really probably buy the shit out of it.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta push their Xbox sales.
I've heard unremarkable things about it.
About the game?
Yes. I've heard that it is very much more the same of the first one.
That's unfortunate. At least it's on PC, though, soon.
But, yeah, exactly. It's on PC, and I will be playing it. So, at least we'll have that. So... Gosh, what else have I been playing? I know there's something else. Oh, Fallout. I'm playing the shit out of Fallout 4. My Hizzle, my home, my sanctuary, my Quasimodo den, is fucking ridiculous. I built a wall, first of all. I did. I built a wall, and like, leave all your Trump-flavored comments in the thing below. The difference is that my wall didn't cost dick, and it looks like shit, and it's covered in fucking machine guns, dog. I mean, I have 9 people who live in my sanctuary. I have 23 beds. I've got a shitload of food, a shitload of water, and I have 194 defense. Mm-hmm. I literally have so many fucking machine gun turrets pointed in every direction throughout the entire compound. And I built so many fucking walls that funnels them all into one section, and there's like a dozen. Laser turrets, heavy machine gun turrets, fucking landmines, guard posts. I mean, like, anything walks through there. It doesn't. At this point, there could be like a whole host of death claws. Come on in. Come on in. I will shower you in fucking murder.
We're going to build a wall, and the synths are going to pay for it.
The synths definitely fucking paid for it. Brotherhood frame.
See, that was the one thing about Fallout 4 I just could not stand. I didn't care for the fucking hometown thing. I didn't care for building any of that shit. I'm like, can I just go? I want to see the story. I want to see places.
I'm the exact opposite way because I love to base build. That's like always been like my RTS flavor. Like I love Command & Conquer, I love StarCraft. I love to make a fully functioning, like really good base. So then, like when I saw that, oh, you're gonna have base building. Fuck. Okay, well that sucks because now I know what I'm gonna be spending most of my time doing. And it has been. I mean, like I made a fucking atrium. You know, I made a three goddamn story custom building that's got fully functioning lights, switches, maps, machine gun turrets. I mean, god damn it.
You're basically playing 3D Plants vs. Zombies.
I'm playing fucking Dollhouse, motherfucker. You get right. And my digital dollies all look like shit, and they wear like Mad Maxy wire armor that I don't understand it being functional. But I knew that that's what I was spending my time doing. And it frustrates me. And I think the thing that frustrates me the most is that the story is fucking stupid. Because, like, okay, so, like, I get it. No, I mean, it's cool. You know, you're frozen. Spoilers. You're frozen. You come out, and then you lose your kid. And you're like, I'm going to go after him. You know, it's very Taken. You know, I have a very particular set of skills. From 2077, I was a soldier once, and therefore, for some reason, I know how everything in the wasteland works, despite the fact that I've been frozen for 200 years. But on my way out, I will sure as fuck meet with my robotics manslave and talk to him for a bit. And then I will definitely help this random group of people fucking settle down and build a farm and I'll go help other farm people build farms and fight outlaws. And I don't even know where the fuck my son's at. I mean, he's probably like, you know, they got like a super mutant that's just playing catch with them.
To be honest, it was the same way in Fallout 3. Like,
yeah, Fallout 3, you were chasing after a grown fucking man.
You're trying to find your daddy.
He could take care of himself, though. But this is, I mean, you're talking about a child in a nuclear fucking wasteland. And, like, if you're a parent and your son's been taken and you go outside and Preston Garvey's like, I know a settlement needs your help. Suck my dick, Preston. Get the fuck out of my way. I don't give a shit about your goddamn settlement. Give me that rifle. Give me that fucking hat. Push him down. Push him down into a fucking ditch. Where'd they go? You should tell me where the fuck they are, Preston. I'm gonna set your ass on fire. You're sitting there like you empty out a Molotov cocktail, you're pouring on top of him, he's crying and shit. You're like, oh, so help me God, Preston, I'm gonna light you the fuck up if he was.
Give me back my son.
My son. I mean, that's what I don't get because I mean, like he's so. I mean, like the main character is so like you know. Yeah, no, I'll help you with your settlement.
Yeah, I got all the time. Come on now.
Yeah. It's like you know, what are the synths exactly? You know, I mean, like, if it was me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck what a synth is. Is that a robot person? Hey, you want me to shoot this guy? If you help me find my son, I will shoot every fucking person this person knows. I'm like, you want me to burn down the whole goddamn settlement? Point me in the right direction. Let's find my son. There's like 50 million of you fuckers out there. Just go find them. I'll kill everyone. This wasteland will be nothing but robot people. I mean, that's what I disliked about it because I'm like, I feel like it was a really cute idea whenever they wrote it down on paper.
Right.
You know, because like Fallout 3 it worked because again, your dad is a grown ass man. So I mean, like if he takes off and you're like, I'm gonna go after my dad, but I mean, he's doing his own thing. He can make his way in the world because he knows.
Getting
you know,
bitches.
Right? Getting
money.
bitches, just take money, and I get that. That's fine because he's a super scientist and he's got the smarts to use a fucking AK where an AK is needed. You know, but he's got a child. What's a child gonna do? Best thing he's got is a switchblade, dog. You know, he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know any better.
Nobody's gonna suspect a baby.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, you're like, ooh, God. And he pulls out his fucking piece and he wastes a fool or two. That's my son. But I mean, not in this wasteland. You know, it doesn't make any sense. And then anything, and I just know that when I get to the next story bit, I'm going to go from being like calm and collected, talking to each individual person, to freaking the fuck out when the story dictates I need to freak the fuck out. At this point, if they really wanted to impress me, he should be in panic mode, and everyone he talks to. I mean, like, you know, you come out, you talk to Preston Garvey, and you're like, "Where's my son?" You just lose your shit.
I don't know where he went.
The caravan guard's like, "It sure is hard, but it's the cops. I don't give a fuck." Where's my son?
Have you seen him? He's this tall.
Talk to Super Buttes. Super Buttes like, "Dogs real tasty. Shut the fuck up." I mean, like, that would have been impressive if you went, like, he maintained that same level of panic throughout until he finds his son or finds where he's at. That would have been like, because so far I haven't done anything. I don't know where the fuck this kid's at. I haven't even started looking. I'm like, I don't know.
Like the moment you emerge from the vault, the game gives you no sense of urgency or priority to find your son. It's like you walk out of the vault like, I'm going to find whoever did this and kill him. But first, I'm going to start me a tomato farm.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, that's insane to me. I mean, there's no sense of urgency. And I mean, like, I have to try to pretend like I know nothing about the story. Like, the main story just doesn't exist in my mind. It has to, because otherwise it freaks me out, because it's like, there is a child in a nuclear fucking wasteland. You know what I mean?
See, I wish it did something like Dead Rising, where you have 72 hours. And
I agree. They've done that, or, like, you know, 72 hours to you get to, like, you recover him, and then the story can progress past that. So then you can actually have, like, the real open-ended fallout. Then you have to, like, you know, defend him. You make a sanctuary, so, like, you has to be people so you can defend your son. Have him live a life normally. That would have made more sense versus, like, you know, he's out there somewhere. Come on, dog. Let's go check out this Nuka-Cola factory.
That'd be alright.
Fuck him, apparently. I mean, sorry,
like,
what the fuck is his name? Connor or some shit like that? Fuck you, Connor.
He's like 2. He'll be alright.
Dude, he's basically breastfeeding. We're gonna leave his head up. And he's like,
I don't know how long it's been.
Yeah, I guess it's true. I mean, his wife was still very much kind of like not a skeleton.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good judge of time.
Yeah.
That fucking made me crazy. I mean, like, I was having such a hard time reconciling with that game, like the story of that game, where I just had to, like, just don't think about it. Just don't think about it. Just play the fucking game. Do the other stories, because the other stories actually made sense. And, like, when there's a sense of urgency in those quests, there's actually a sense of urgency. Main story, not so much. He's so fucking blasé about the safety of his child.
And he's so, like, mellow, like, just monotone. He's like, well, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, what are the synths?
tell me more about that.
Years. I mean, like I said, child, nuclear wasteland, no inoculations. Fucking, whoa, they're zombies, man. They're not zombies. They're fast. You know, they run. They've got sprinters. Some of these, I mean, like, the only thing that is preventing the feral ghouls from taking over the entirety of the wasteland is that they haven't found the Nike factory yet. Because once they get some traction, homie, it's over.
Feral ghouls with some Yeezys.
Dude.
Glowing ones.
Yeah. The glowing ones. Like, but he's got some pretty sick ass kicks, though.
They got them sneakers with the lights in them, man.
There's like a horde of fucking feral ghouls coming at your sanctuary, and you're like, oh, it's not gonna be a big deal. And I'll take a knee. You hear they pump it up on the sneakers. Jump over the wall. Oh, fuck. It's fucking over now. Like having a whole bunch of cheese in your house.
Shut up.
Oh,
face.
Cheetah zombie.
Neil, what have you been playing?
Thanks for asking. I've been playing a whole lot of Hearthstone because I can play it at any time, anywhere, on the toilet. And I'm actually pretty good at it. I mean, I'm not great. I'm pretty good at it.
I mean, I think you're pretty good.
I have.
But I'm your mom, though. I think you're good at everything. So.
That's true. Thanks, dude. I've capped out at rank 2. I can't quite hit legend because I lose the will to live.
Oh.
Because rank 5 to legend, is 100% you have to have more than a 50% win rate. And you have to play so many games. Technically, it's only 25 wins if you never lose from 5 to legend. But every time you fucking win a star, you could lose that star the very next game. And after getting up to rank 2 and then falling all the way back down to rank 5 again, I had 2 choices. Stop playing the game or put a bullet in my head.
I love that those are your options. I love how dedicated you are. I could be great or I could fucking die. Those are my options.
Like, okay, so the average amount of games you need to play, and this is people that actually, you know, have a 51% win rate with their deck. It's 250 games. Each game lasts anywhere between 5 to 15 minutes.
What the fuck are you standing around here for?
Get to it. I'm enjoying this newest expansion of Hearthstone. It's the Frozen Throne.
Frozen Phone.
Frozen Phone. Banana Throne.
Banana.
It's Knights of the Frozen Throne. Basically, everybody can become a Death Knight. It's pretty cool.
So it's just like WoW.
Yeah. Except for you are a Death Knight, but you're like a Shaman Death Knight or a Priest Death Knight. So you have specific powers based on your class. So like if you're like right now, okay, the one of the top decks right now is Priest with the Death Knight, Anduin Deathstalker or some shit like that. No, that's Rexar. Whatever. Anduin, he turns into a fucking Death Knight, and then every his hero power turns from heal 2 damage to do 2 damage. But every card that you play, it gets refreshed. So you can machine gun somebody on a single fucking turn. Which right now, the way my deck is set up, I can literally take you down from 30 health plus 5 armor in a single turn. If I get all the cards right. And it's the #1 deck right now. It's got like I don't know how I'm not, legend right now, but it's got a 75% fucking win rate, which is phenomenal.
That seems kind of broke.
Yeah, but here's the thing is like it's shifting like crazy. Like so that one was tier 1, but for the longest time Druid was tier 1, and they recently nerfed Druid because it was too strong. Everybody was playing Druid. And then all of a sudden Rogue came out of nowhere and is now tier 1. Like it's the fact that, do you know what net decking is?
Nope.
Okay, so net decking is you go on the internet, you look for a deck, and that's your deck now. That's what.
Oh, okay.
You don't make up your own shit. You steal what somebody else made. So you get your top 20 players. They feel it out. I mean, obviously, they're making a living playing Hearthstone, so they have all the time in the world to make the best decks. So they put these decks online, and then everybody else that plays Hearthstone, the ones that don't make a living on it, use those decks. So those are the decks, and you have to wait. Like, okay, I'm getting sick of this same shit. I'm seeing the same 3 decks every single time. And then one of the top 20 streamers or Hearthstone players is like, hey, I found something new. And then that gets thrown in the rotation. It's pretty sad because, like, you know how, like, when you go to, like, Kmart and you see these packs for, like, Magic the Gathering or Pokemon or whatever, those are pre-made packs. It's the same shit. For this, is like, you go online, oh, let me get my pre-made pack. It sucks because, there's no innovation. Nobody has really any kind of incentive to make your own shit because it's going to get steamrolled by the top 20 players and their decks. Right. So, I've conceded that I'm probably never going to get Legend.
I think that's actually kind of sad because there's so much art, there's so much innovation, and there's so much creativity that goes into making each individual card, each individual set, and things like that. And then to have like a majority of them just not being used because they're not the best. It is like with Magic. There's so many Magic cards. There's so much Magic art. There's so much lore and everything else that goes chiefly unexplored if you're going to do something like the best of the best is using this. What are you gonna do though? I mean, like, I know that you want to win, you want to be the top, whatever. I get that, but I mean, wouldn't you want to have? This was my deck.
Yes.
I fucking made it all the way up to Legend of my deck.
Yes, absolutely, and I've tried that. I've tried making my own deck, and I've got one I really like. It's really fun to play. Nobody else plays this shit. It's got a 49% win rate, which is actually pretty damn good.
It's really good, but I mean, it's not. It's like placement matches and haunts. You know, I mean, like if you are doing 1 win 1 loss, you're going to perpetually go down because you always lose more points than you gain.
Right.
Forever. So I mean, that makes me fucking insane.
Yeah.
I mean, never mind.
The only time making your own deck actually matters at this point is if you are a top 20 player, because they don't know what to expect at that point. You can bring something new to the table, but like, oh shit, I didn't predict that, so now I lost the game. But then you got to constantly change it up. So, I don't know. If I were to ever get Legend, then I'd probably start experimenting some more. But until then, you have to play what you know, and you have to expect, because you gotta keep on scanning the internet. Like, okay, these are the new decks that are out. These are the new, deck lists that people are using. All right, and then as soon as you get into a game, you're like, okay, it's a rogue. It's probably one of 2 types of decks. Okay, turn 2, you played that card. All right, so it's that deck. All right, now I know what to expect. Let me try and counter it the best I can. If my deck's not prepared to counter it, well, it's just a fucking loss most likely. So, kind of makes
that sounds really
fun.
sad.
It is very.
It sounds very depressing, especially for a game that's supposed to be so like lighthearted and fun and cute and whatever. It just, I don't know. I mean, because like in Heroes you can get countered, but you can still pull off a win. If you just play better.
Right.
But in Hearthstone it feels like even if you play better, you're still going to get countered anyway. If like the deck is built to counter your deck specifically.
Right. I mean, you got to also take into the fact that there's a lot of luck at play. There's no luck in HOTS. There's no luck in RTS. It's pure skill. Right. Unless you are playing a character that is heavily reliant on crits or something like that. There's no luck. Hearthstone is 80% skill, and then the rest is luck. And I swear to God, every time I play a game against a damn rogue, they've got a turn 2 legend that they play. It's Prince Kelsoleth. He makes every other minion in your deck +1/+1.
Ow.
I don't understand how every single game I play against a rogue, this is 1 out of 30, by the way, they have this card 9 times out of 10 in their opening hand. How? Am I just really unlucky?
Thanks, RNGesus.
Right?
Yeah, seriously.
And it's the same way when Patches was out. Like, Patches was, if you have him in your opening hand, he's so much less effective, because if you play a pirate, wherever he is in your deck, he pops out along with your pirate. But if he's in your hand, that doesn't happen. You have to play him like a regular card. Well, for the longest time when Pirate Warrior was a huge thing, every single game, one pirate, then Patches comes out. But every time I would just decide, you know what, I'm going to play Pirate Warrior, it's fucking steamrolling. 2 out of 3 games, I get Patches in my opening hand. Like,
fuck you, RNG!
Do you hate me or something? What have I done? Do I need to fucking get some goat's blood or something? I don't know.
I thought you said ghost blood for a second. I was like, I'd be impressed. You're like, I guess I'm smearing it. I think.
Maybe
that's what the guy told me.
Burn some sage.
Fucking hippies. Fucking hippies.
So the other game I'm playing right now, which I'm playing it when I actually have time and silence, is Doom.
Oh.
And I really, really enjoy it. I would love to stream it, but I can only ever play it very well. As soon as I start streaming it, my computer just takes a giant shit. So I'm gonna play it and tell you how much I like it.
I love that game. I love how the main character has no spoken dialogue. but he speaks very well regardless.
Right.
I love how the character he's so fucking anti-demon, and he shows it in every action that he takes.
Oh yeah.
Versus anything that actually needs to be said. And I mean, like, he's just Doom guy.
Yeah.
And that's it. He is the Space Marine. And there's other people that speak, other people that have both spoken lines. And they're all trying to get him to do his own thing. They're trying to do what they want. But then Space Marine's like, no, fuck demons. You know, I mean, that's all I care about. Fuck demons. Just kill all of them. And the single-minded expression throughout the entire thing is almost majestic in the way that the material is presented for his obvious, like, almost supernatural hatred of demons. And I loved it. I love how visceral it is, and he fucking hates these assholes so much that grab his head, smash that shit in half. I mean, he doesn't just kill a motherfucker; he boots his fucking skull off. I mean, this man fucking hates people.
I experienced that just a little bit because I'm not too far into the game, but like, basically the part where you're turning off the hell energy to stop the portal from happening, and this I don't know if it's in your helmet or if it's over a loudspeaker or something, but the dude's talking. He's like, all right, so all you need to do is you need to just flip that switch and it'll turn off the hell energy. And then you go over there and you fucking kick the machine and it breaks into pieces. He's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Hell energy, it's our savior. It was what helped us, you know, have a renewable energy source from now till eternity. You just ruined that for everybody. He's like, there's 2 more though. We're still cool. Just don't break the next 2. And you go there, you're like,
where are they?
That shit. You break it every single time. And he's like, all right, well, you just fucked over mankind because you hate demons.
Yeah, I just like when I see Doom Guy, because you know you don't never see him, but I always imagine the man in the helmet is fucking Clint Eastwood. Just like just no spoken. Just the whole time. I mean, like, there's literally doesn't have to say anything. He's Clint Eastwood from Gran Torino. He's just fucking angry. Just angry at the world. Get off my fucking lawn. You know, I mean, that's all he's saying in that helmet. I mean, it's just soundproof. Get off my fucking lawn. Fucking demons. I mean, just imagine just like a ton of anti-demon slurs coming out. That's why I had to have the helmet soundproofed.
Yeah, so that's what I'm playing.
You playing Doom? That's it?
For now.
Doom,
I mean,
Hearthstone?
And Space Waifu.
With the nude patch.
Yeah.
I saw. It was awkward.
You ever watch one of your best friends play an H game?
Yeah.
You ever wonder what they're doing while they're playing that H game?
No, because that game's way too technical.
Look, it has a one-hand mode, so I only have to use one hand for the mouse.
Which I find kind of amusing because, like, the real juicy bits only happen after all the fighting.
True, and like you need a pretty steady hand to shoot those things. So jerking off while you're fucking holding the mouse isn't going to be a steady hand.
I love the idea. Like, I'm going to use a machine gun to blow this woman's clothes off, and then I immediately think of Bible Black, and I don't think we're quite talking about the same thing anymore, you know. But I feel like my version's probably more entertaining to me.
Don't do it, Frank.
Shotguns in the butter, okay.
No, we can't do that. Well, I think we're good, guys. You got anything else on your mind?
If you watch anime and you're not watching Made in Abyss this season, I question what you're doing with your life.
Strongly agree.
Go watch Made in Abyss. It is fucking awesome.
Yep.
Good to know. Not that I'm a big,
subtitle anime fan because you fucking have to read something for once in your goddamn life.
No, I just hate the voices, and it's like annoying. Might as well fucking put it on mute, you know?
Yeah.
That's why, like my friend was saying, hey, did you watch the new season of Dragon Ball Super? I'm like, no, it's not fucking translated yet. It's not dubbed. He's like, dude, it's so worth it. Just go watch it. I'm like,
See, I'm in the opposite camp. I actually dislike English voices generally more than the Japanese voices, just universally.
But the Dragon Ball Super voices are amazing, so...
They are. I mean, Dragon Ball's had like fucking 25 years to nail it. Yeah. So I mean, you know, they if they don't have it at this point, there's something fucking wrong.
Yeah.
That's like all the original cast too. So I mean, it's like no, they got it. I mean, especially whenever you have shit like Team 4-Star that are like fan making amazing dubs, and they sound super good. If you can't meet that level of sound like dub quality from a fucking YouTube channel that isn't making any money, you probably should hang it up.
Yeah. I agree.
Or give it to them. Give it to them.
They'll do it.
Hire them. Yeah, they'll do it.
Yeah. On that note, let's wrap it up. If you like what you heard, like what you saw, please rate, like, comment, subscribe. Tell all your friends. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook.
The Jedi Temple.
Jedi Temple.
And I don't what? I don't know what you mean.
I will send it to you.
Okay. I guess I'll have to see that.
Hang on. Are we doing this live?
No.
We can't. We just can't. Alright guys, well thanks again for watching. Thanks for listening. We will see you next time. Bye.
See you. Look at this photograph.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do it, makes me laugh. The Jedi Temple.